So you've decided that you want to be a content creator. This is the career path that you have laid out in your head. Maybe you decided last night that it's time to stop working that 9 to 5 and you're incredibly creative and you play video games, or you have this niche ability that the world needs to know about, and you want to take your talents to a content creation platform, whether that be TikTok or YouTube or Twitch as a streamer, but you've decided that this is something that you want to do and you're going to do it. Now, there is an incredible amount of resources out there on how to do this, on how to be a full-time content creator. But there are some things that people don't really talk about, and that's what today's video is going to be about. So I want to preface this video by saying I have about 4 years of content creation under my belt, for lack of a better term. I started in the fantasy football space on Twitter. I was a podcaster and analyst, and now I am a YouTube and Twitch content creator, also on TikTok and any other platform you can find me on. Now, when I decided to be a full-time content creator, I tapped into as many resources as I possibly could, but I learned some things that you just can't learn unless you're doing it. And those are the things that I want to talk about in today's video. Now, before we get into this video, I just want to say that you chose to be here. You chose to click on this particular video, and for that, I am forever grateful. Now, if you find any of the things that we talk about here today relatable, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on, drop a like, drop a comment on it, and tell me how you're feeling about some of the things that we talk about today. Am I right? Am I wrong? You know, let me know in the comments. And without further ado, let's just get into these things. Number 1, the lows of content creation. Now, I mentioned earlier, there are so many incredible resources from creators out there on multiple platforms that offer the valuable knowledge of how you can take your content creation career to the next level. And while it is incredibly valuable to learn what the highs look like from other creators, I don't think that we talk about what the lows look like enough. Now, this is something that I've struggled with myself recently, as I've seen a little bit of a dip in some of my content and my streams, and I wasn't emotionally prepared for it. Now, everyone's situation is going to look different. It's going to vary from creator to creator, but I think that it's important for us to get it out in the open that sometimes those YouTube videos or the content that we see of these successful creators, sometimes it's going to feel inaccessible to us in real life. Or sometimes, in my case, it feels accessible, but it's not going that way. It's not going the way that I want it to, and that creates a real low in the content creation space. At least from a content creator's perspective, it feels low to not be able to do the things that I want, or to feel like I don't have the resources to do it. And I don't think that we as content creators talk about that enough. And I don't think that we really talk about the way that we feel as creators when things feel accessible, but they're not at the moment, or something was going incredibly your way and maybe you're experiencing that slight dip, and what that means for you going forward and how to handle that. And again, it's going to vary from creator to creator. I just know this is something that I've gone through, and I feel that it's something that a lot of creators that are looking to make a career out of this, out of making content, need to be prepared for. There are going to be lows, but I promise you, there are going to be highs as well. Number 2, a lack of creativity and or motivation. Oh, this one, this one can be a doozy, okay? We're all familiar with the grinders mentality, that if you're not thinking about this thing for every single moment of your life, that you are not going to achieve it, or if you are an uber grinder out there, that you are going to get it, you are going to be successful. Both of those are wrong, in my opinion, okay? Both of them suck, and you are going to have these moments in your journey or career, or whatever you call it, where you are lacking motivation. Sometimes it happens for weeks, sometimes even for months, but you are going to experience it. I told you I have 4 years in content creation, and I have yet to meet somebody that wakes up in the morning 7 days a week and they are on creative mode for every minute, every second of those 7 days. It just doesn't happen. And if you are, maybe drop me a comment, let me know your secrets, make a video on it. Please tell me how I can achieve that, because that is so far out of my capabilities that I don't even know how to begin that, okay? You're going to go through these lulls where you feel like your content isn't up to par, or maybe you're like me and you're a perfectionist and everything that you do has to be just top notch. You don't want to follow the herd. You want to be against the grain, and I'm here to tell you that you don't have to be perfect, man. You don't have to be. Focus on a little bit of consistency and just put out the content, okay? Now, I'm starting to get into an informational video video and like a how-to, and I really want to avoid that. I don't want to get into that. This is more of me preparing you to maybe cut yourself some slack when you don't feel creative or motivated, man. I'm feeling this right now in the moment while I'm making this video, and it's okay to feel that way. That grinder's mentality takes a very, very special person, and even they have an off switch. So do not be fooled by people that are out here making content consistently that they are perfectionists or that they are on go mode all the time, because the reality of the situation is even they go through periods of time where they don't feel creative or they lack the motivation. It's definitely difficult. It's tough when you have a lack of creativity or motivation. And, you know, this can kind of lead back to step one that we just talked about. Having a lack of creativity or motivation can lead you to a low. And when those are kind of paired or synonymous with each other, it can be a hard hole to dig yourself out of. But in the end, you have to realize that not every piece of your content is going to hit, and sometimes it's just about letting it fly, man. Just go out there and create and do it, but do be prepared for that lack of creativity, that writer's block, if you will, creator's block, maybe something like that, but just be prepared for it, because it is not a glorified or glamorous part of what we content creators deal with on a daily basis, but it does happen. Number 3, loneliness. I just want to say this right now, that this is going to seem a little bit cynical, but I wanted to throw this in here because this is something that I've dealt with personally. And I think that some creators need to be prepared for what it feels like to feel alone in their content creation career. Now, the chances are that you're going to walk yourself into a loving community of people that enjoy your content and love to watch your streams, and they support your YouTube videos, but even they don't understand that you're the guy that's sitting down for 6 to 8 hours a day behind a computer screen, slamming your head into a keyboard because you don't feel creative, or maybe you're in a low, or you're just trying so incredibly hard to make this thing happen for you. And while your community's love and support is incredible, and they mean well, and they do truly deep down support you, they still don't understand what it's like to be the one behind the camera, to be the one that is making this content, and to be the one that has the aspirations to be a full-time content creator. And this even stretches to the immediate people in your life, your IRL people. I have a lot of friends that support what I do. I have an incredibly loving wife, 2 beautiful children, but even they don't seem to understand what it means when I sit down at this workspace sometimes. They know I'm working, they know that I'm putting my effort into it, but on those days where I just can't seem to do anything right, or things aren't going correctly, or even on those days where everything is going correctly and I feel that self-pride in myself, there is an aspect of loneliness to being a content creator. Now, how you choose to deal with that, again, is going to be subjective. It's going to vary from person to person, but there is an aspect of loneliness to this that you are going to experience, because nobody's going to sit down and make this content for you. You can draw inspiration from the greats like Harris Heller, or your favorite YouTuber, or excuse me, your favorite Twitch streamer, you know, the Swags and the Nick Mercs, and you can draw inspiration, but in the end, it is you who has to take whatever it is that you're seeing, or whatever it is that you want to do, and you have to manifest that into a career. You have to manifest that into what it is that you want to do, and that can be an incredibly lonely experience, because you will find that unless you have other content creator friends that you interact with every single day, I mean, maybe it isn't even every single day, but that you interact with frequently, that nobody really understands maybe that creative struggle that you're going through, or even the highs, like I mentioned. People don't understand what it's like to hit 1 million views on a video unless they do it, and unless they have the same aspirations as you. So I would say maybe to combat this, you just surround yourself with as many content creator people as possible. But even then, I don't think that there is an avoidability factor to feeling lonely in some aspects of your content creation career. So there it is, guys. 3 things that I think that we don't talk about enough in the content creation space. And maybe this is streamlined for people that want a career in it. I think it's all applicable, no matter whether it is a career or you're thinking about making it a career. But these are some things that have been on my mind recently that I really, really wanted to talk about. And whether you're a YouTube creator, a Twitch creator, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is that you're on, I hope that maybe some of you guys watching this can relate a little bit to it. I know that I felt a lot of these things, and these these are things that I wasn't prepared for when I decided that I was going to take this content creation to the next level, or at least attempt to. I wasn't ready to experience the lows of content creation. I wasn't ready to feel the lack of motivation and content creation or creativity, and I definitely wasn't ready to feel the loneliness of what it meant to be a content creator. So again, guys, I hope that you guys find even just one relatable point in this video, and if you did, again, man, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, or whatever it is. Probably instead of doing those things, drop a comment, okay? If you related to anything in this video, man, drop a comment. Please let me know, so maybe I don't feel like I'm the only one that goes through these things. But again, I really feel like content creation is glorified right now in the year 2021. We have so many resources and such incredible drive and so many platforms for us to really dial in what type of creator we are. But the things we talked about in today's video, I really think are universal for content creators everywhere. And I just wanted to bring a couple of those things to light. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope to do more of these vulnerable style of videos. And if you guys relate to them and you guys want more of them, man, make sure to let me know. And again, if you've made it this far into the video, number one, I really appreciate it. And number two, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, drop a comment, drop a like on this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Appreciate you.